Okay. Well, we're here. We're live. It's Wednesday, the new Monday for this week. Anyways, let's play some D&D. We'll get some of the business off the top. Get that squared away right away. So we are sponsored by a couple people, amazing people. First is Skull Splitter Dice. If you are in the market for some nice metal dice, good company, they quality products. Get some Skull Splitter Dice. You scroll down on the Twitch page and click the Skull Splitter logo and use the promo code FeatherFall. Get 10% off your first order. Next, it's glamorous cases for everybody.
Oh yeah.
Next is Found Familiar Coffee. So if you are in need of coffee to help keep you awake through these troubling times. I think I go through about 7 cups a day now that I'm at home.
Yeah.
You go to foundfamiliar.com/featherfall, promo code FeatherFall, get 10% off your order. Helps them out, great people in the community. They help support wherever they can. And last but not least is our DM Emporium by our very own Ty, or Brant, as you may know him.
Oh, hello there. It's just Ty. I play Brant Heitstagger. No, that's his voice, but mine is here. So I play Brant Heitstagger. He is this fire ganassi. You'll learn more about him, have a wonderful time with him, as he is ridiculous. But as far as ridiculous goes, you can find a ridiculous amount of things at dmemporium.com if you go and check us out. There are, drinking steins, there are tunics, there are dice trays, there are dice towers. If it has dice in the title, I probably found something concerning it. And if I didn't find it, hit me up on Twitter, because it's just me over here, and I'll try to find it for you, so you can order it through dmemporium.com. It's going to be your one-stop shop when you're tired of Amazon. See? All right, so that's kind of it. If you use the discount code FeatherFall, you get 5% off your entire order, and 5% goes to building this wonderful channel, so you guys can see more of these wonderful people and the wonderful one-shots and wonderful things that they bring every week, and with the pretty badass writer. Let's see what's coming up as far as, I think there's a giveaway here, isn't there?
There sure is. We'll take it away to the giveaway. So we were kind enough to be gifted a spell slot tracker. So if you're playing D&D and you have trouble remembering where your spells are at, I had a Twitter post asking, how many times have you caught your players cheating with their spell slots?
On accident, I found them.
On accident, or even on purpose, whatever it might be. It happens. It happens. But the spell slot tracker I actually have it right here in my hands. It's still wrapped by the very own Arcane Spectacles. I haven't unwrapped it. I kind of want to show it off, but then I don't want to, so you get the full effect. But if you use the command !giveaway in our Twitch chat right now, it starts in about an hour, a little under an hour. You can sign up. It's pretty easy to do. All you got to do is follow the gleam.io link, and it'll get you there. I think that's all, business stuff. Back to channel stuff. So we have one shot coming up on July 8th or June 8th, I believe, and that's going to be the second to last of the Arcane Libraries bundle of horrors. The next one, Chris, when is yours? 21st?
22nd.
22nd. The next one will be the 22nd, and that will be the final. After that, I've already started looking into it, but we bought the Uncaged Anthology Volume 1, and we're going to be running a lot of those in there. We're going to start with The Maid of Waterdeep, I believe, which is the very first adventure in UA Volume 1. So it's going to be amazing. That will be coming out here shortly, the sign up. So if you haven't yet, join our Discord. That's where we put all of our signups and get in on some of those games. This Sunday will be Force and Destiny, our Star Wars campaign. So that will be Sunday at 8:30. And then every other Sunday will be Curse of Strahd. We just finished episode 10, where we burned down another house in Vallaki. I mean, that's our second house we've burned down.
Second house. In 10 episodes, so every 5, we're averaging every 5 episodes, the house is being burnt down.
To be fair, we were going to die. There was like 7 vampire spawns, and our tank was surrounded, so we weren't going to make it.
Well,
We have
cleric
the choice.
saved the
Burn the
day.
house down.
Yeah. Anyways, check that out every other Sunday night. This last Sunday, so it'll be a week from this Sunday. And then every Wednesday night, we're here playing Wildemount. This is episode 3. Let's dive right in. So at the very start of the game, you all were contracted in some way, with the exception of Lysander, to help the Starosta. So the upcoming Zenith Festival is rapidly approaching, about 3 days away now. And the Starosta's a little short on people power to help protect the town, maybe make sure the Zenith Festival goes okay. So she put a call out to anybody and everybody. You were vetted by the assistant with a small fish job, and it was to understand the grifter. I think the exact words were to take care of the grifter. Come to find out, the grifter was our very own Lysander.
We're going to take good care of him, damn it.
Yeah, you made quick friends, begrudging to the grifter, and then you went back for your reward, and then you were asked to listen to Old Man Bernard down at the docks, which he told a whale of a tale, I think is what we called it. And after you guys listened to him, he gently passed away. Rip Bernard. You will forever be in our hearts. But then directly after that, you went to follow up on the story that Bernard gave, and you were
Harass the poor man trying to have a drink.
yeah, you harassed the poor man trying to have a drink. But then you did find out that Bernard was partially true in the fact that the story of some kind of animals locked in a basement was true. It just wasn't at a cult house. And you guys went and dispatched it, and you took care of it. All is well, and I believe you have cut the head off of a devil dog and are taking it back to the Starosta.
Oh no. We wrapped
Who's
the
the whole
entire
dog?
devil dog. And we had the entire thing, and I had it on a pike. It's wrapped up so it doesn't scare anybody, and it's over the shoulder.
Yeah,
Yeah!
that's where we are.
Oh,
This is where we are now.
With the paw sticking out, so it's clear that it's not a person in the storm.
right.
A good
Who's going to
distinction.
ask questions? Not people who want to stay safe.
And so at this
Yeah.
point of the day, it is twilight, so it is starting. So the moon has rose, the sun is gone, and you're on your way back. So it was about a 30-minute to an hour walk. I imagine bringing a devil dog might make it a little bit longer than that. But that's where our story will pick up.
I did not think this out very carefully. It's on me. It's gross.
Just casting prestidigitation, as we walk. Just
okay.
like,
Because they will want the entire proof, I'm sure. If we take one head, they'll be like, oh, was it really two? So
I'm not as strong as you are, but I can help. She'll kind of carry part of it, help alleviate some of the load on your back.
careful, it's rather disgusting, and her spell only covers a small amount of area.
Sure. Just look for the non-gross parts seeping through
There
the
you go.
blanket,
So, does anybody know where these things come from?
I don't know, DM. Would Amethyl know?
Give me a survival check.
Survival. Not great, but I'm not awful. But I'm awful at this. That was a 7.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you don't know right off the top of your head. You do know that they are prevalent in the area, not Faerun. We're not in Faerun, everybody. But they do wander the countryside.
could I do the survival check?
Yeah, absolutely.
Please
No checks.
Natural 20 plus 3.
So you do know that they aren't typically found in mountainous regions. They're more found in hot plains or desert area. area. So you know that they do roam there, and I don't know maybe how you would have learned that, but being deep in the ocean.
You read things.
Yeah.
Maybe she went through a library on her first day up and was like, "Okay, where are monsters? Let's have you know."
What? What am I
Where do
facing
I
up
not
here?
want to go?
I've heard of these deserts. Oh, that sounds awful.
But you do get the
No
feeling
water.
that they are
There's some
not.
somewhere.
Sorry, I can't. What?
You do get the feeling that they are definitely not from this region.
So they would have had to be like brought in. Cool. Cool. I will explain this to the party.
So you think
Well-
somebody brought them here with them? I mean, there's the lock would be a way to do this, but why would you lock them inside of a grain silo and wait for them to die of starvation?
Well, maybe somebody just trapped them there trying to deal with them and wasn't able to defeat them. But,
Is that-
thought that was the next best thing. Yeah.
there are a lot of things that do not make sense here. Especially Bilbus said that he already spoke to the Starosta about this, but the Starosta's helper did not say so to us. And then the dogs are just there for some time.
You don't think that maybe they would be having like an exotic animal trade here? Like that would not be something that. What do you think? Maybe there would be like a king of devil dogs. Would that be a thing, Quince?
Not that I know of. I mean, I'm sure somebody wants to collect them, but this is not that. I don't think. I think
do you
these were shoved in there as a way to keep everybody else safe.
But they were being kept alive, of course. Do you know anything of exotic animal trade on the somebody who would be looking for this sort of thing, Lysander?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
You wouldn't know of any sort of underground like trading of exotic animals or anything like this, would you?
I haven't heard of any here, but that's just not my area that I like to focus on, so I'm far from an expert, we'll put it that way.
I will drink to that.
Sorry. Wish I knew more.
Me too. Yeah, this is life, though.
Well, the fact that there was more than one is also intriguing. Because I don't know.
You don't think they were trying like maybe a breeding program, like they were going to use these for something later?
I didn't take time to sex the dogs. I didn't notice what the genders were. But
Can you stop for a moment? Let me take a look at the dog.
I mean, it's an interesting question.
Yes, I want to check if the dog looks malnourished or like it hasn't been starved or anything like that.
Give me. Well, you can. I mean, you don't need to do a check of this because we'll do your survival check from before. You get the understanding that these specific ones, or the one that is being carried by Brant, is healthy. It's not like gaunt. It doesn't show any like major bones.
So it doesn't look as if they've been down there for too long without someone to feed them. I cannot say that they were just left there.
How long ago did Bilbus say that they told the Starosta?
I don't think they really actually said. They just said that they were informed of these stories at some point. One thing we could try is maybe going back and waiting to see who comes to check on them. Maybe camp out in the silo and see if whoever is feeding them comes to feed them again.
Oh, I like that idea.
It's a good idea. Are we sure that Brant? How sure are you on this Bilbus guy?
He was absolutely he so far has been the nicest person I've met other than you.
think Knights does
It's like
not.
it's the rest of you better.
People have layers.
He seemed very earnest to me, like he was just trying to enjoy an after-work drink with his friends, and then I ruined it.
So,
We can determine how trustworthy he is if we simply ask the Starosta if he made a report.
If the Starosta knows this is happening, this is something that she could cover up if she so wishes to, or if this has been reported for even more than a day and has not been one to go take care of devil dogs, and somebody who has been feeding them, this I feel like is not something if she is aware of and is not helping with, us making her aware of it will not push her to do so.
So, what do you recommend? Because we were contracted by the Starosta to take care of this, so we have to go back anyway.
That is only if we want to get paid. If we want to get to the bottom of this and stop whatever terrible thing that might have been planned here, then I say the good of what we can do would outweigh any tiny pity that they try to pay us with.
See, I do agree, but I do not see how sending us off to investigate and leading us to Bilbus and then the dogs would help this kid stay undercover.
Unless us killing the dog is keeping something else from being found out.
I can put an alarm around the door, and while we are away, if it goes off, it's not going to tell me who sets it off, I kind of like the idea of camping out.
By the way, it is getting rather late, yeah? We could just take a free rest inside of this silo. Because it's like in 10, 11 o'clock at this point, isn't it? Yeah. And if, nothing else, I know that because of the festival, there's few beds in town, so it might save us a coin of trying to find a place.
I thought we are the hotel rooms.
Well, we have only 2 rooms, so people have to bunk out to make it more comfortable.
We are not going to talk to the Starosta until tomorrow, right?
Right.
So
No, definitely not.
It's late.
I can make a magical hut where we can stay in the silo.
Does the
I like that
Starosta
idea.
not have someone there all the time?
Absolutely no. There are operating hours for when you would speak to them. Like the assistant that we've been talking to, of course, he is very little used as a person, but you can see he clocks out every day. And he was about to leave right when we were speaking to him last. He was taking his beer and heading on his way. That's why he had us go get one for him.
And there's no one else who comes to take over?
Absolutely not. No, the ones in charge, they rest while they leave the guards in charge.
So there are guards there?
There are guards in the guardhouse. They have no idea who we are or what we are doing. We can go talk to them, but they will say, wait for the Starosta.
I will say that if we stay the night here, get a little rest, because that was pretty exhausting, I would think, for everybody, we can see what's happening. If anybody comes to check on the dogs, we can maybe get more information, and then when we go back in the morning, have a fuller report to give to the Starosta.
More money with more info.
And maybe more money.
I'm not concerned with the money, but I see the wisdom in that.
So
I like that idea. I want to see what was going on here and who might show up.
yeah, exactly. If somebody summoned these dogs, somebody might come to check on them tonight, and we can get a little bit of an idea of what's happening.
Of course, maybe we can make a little hound stew. No, I'm kidding. It's a joke.
With my 20 survival, can you eat these dogs?
Yeah, it's meat.
Well, they did have like a dangerous bite. So is it like poisonous in any way, or is it
no,
just that like
it's the bacteria and the saliva in their mouth is what was dangerous with the bite.
okay? I mean, we could do this. Just do not.
I don't want to eat the dogs. That's it was a joke. Although I've never had it before. It might taste quite delicious.
It's like, does it taste good? No, it's fine. Tell me everything about eating these dogs.
The book you read did not have that. I think you gotta try
It
that
didn't
one.
have a recipe section.
Goes well with salt. Little sulfuric.
Jeez.
Okay.
Okay. So are we staying in the silo or in a magical hut?
Why not one than the other?
I can alarm the silo, and we can be away in the hut at a good vantage point.
Yeah, I'd rather not stay in the hut and be trapped in somebody else's possible environment where they might know something we don't.
I have a quick question on this. My echo doesn't have a time limit of it can be out. As long as it's within 30 feet of me, would I be able to have it stand guard and use the sentinel feet attack if somebody attacks it? Or attack somebody that's not it specifically, because it would have to be somebody attacking not it for sentinel to work. I'm perfectly okay with a no here. It just I was just looking at it going, ah.
Let's read the actual verbatim of Sentinel.
Sure. So Sentinel is like
It's whenever you hit a creature with an opportunity attack.
yes, and then when the creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against the target other than you, you can use your reaction to make a melee attack against that attacking creature. Would you say that doesn't apply to my echo because my echo doesn't have the feat, only I do?
Yes, I would agree with that.
All right.
I would agree with that. We can't break the Echo Knight.
Oh, good. The Echo Knight. Like I keep looking at things, going, can I? And then trying to find reasons not to because there's so many crazy things you can do with the Echo Knight already.
I think the alarm would be good.
Yeah, I will put my echo up so that way if something comes, I can swap places with it and be where they're not expecting. And so I put my echo above the door because it doesn't have to be on the ground, so he's just gonna float above the door waiting. And then
Nice.
my emerging plan is to swap Glaive from the top. It's gonna be fun.
I still have bear traps outside, so
Oh yes.
what's your step when you leave?
What? Oh shit! No, I'm just kidding.
So
give me 10 minutes, and I will trigger this door.
I'll go and light the fire. Do produce
So
flame.
I'm gonna kneel down in front of the door of the silo, tie my hair back, and start doing a ritual casting of alarm, and then put it on the door.
I'll stay with you just in case something else comes up.
And what is Amethyl, Brant, and Lysander doing?
I think Amethyl will also offer up. I can also create a hut if that would, save a little stress on you. I can do that. So
I mean, that's a ritual cast for me, so I think for you as well. So I mean, it's not a spell slot thing; it's more of a expediency. Yeah.
So,
Right.
actually,
So I mean,
while he does that,
yeah. So we can do both things at once.
Perfect.
So she'll be working on that.
So you're casting Leomund's tiny hut.
Yes.
What color is the sphere?
Oh my gosh. I don't want it to be too bright because I don't want to draw a lot of attention. So maybe like a darker purplish blue glow. So it's kind of like night color.
oh, I think I lost her audio.
Yeah, we lost sound.
Yep.
Well, while she's
Yep.
working through that, I can describe my alarm. Phelan, as you see, are standing next to me, I'm pulling my hair back, and you can see I kind of like shaved around the sides. I am missing my left ear, and I have like bigger scars on the side of my face that you can't really see when my hair is down. But whenever I'm doing my rituals, I'll pull my hair back, and I'm getting out the silver line and working it and going through that ritual. Being very concentrated on the spell itself.
I take note, but my
Focus?
attention, that's the word, My attention is on more keeping watch around you to make sure that while you're concentrating, you're covered.
Yeah. So Brant and Lysander, what are you two doing?
So I'll go and collect up some stuff and start like kind of a fire going by just kind of snapping my fingers and pulling like a little flame from reach into the flame and lighting it up, and so quick and easy. And then kind of searching my bag to see if I brought any alcohol, realizing it's all at the end, and then kind of and then sitting down. You didn't happen to bring anything to drink, did you, Lysander?
Sorry, you caught me while I was reading up on a spell.
I said you didn't happen to bring anything to drink, did you?
I've just got some water. Would you like a little?
I've got water. But thank you though.
You're welcome. And then I like to pull out a beer bottle.
This guy.
All right, it's okay. All right. Let me pull out my little just water flask and drink a little.
And I'm gonna just kind of hold it up to Brant. Just with, sorry, it's my only one.
Cheers. And he keeps drinking, waiting for the second bottle.
And Phylon, give me a perception check while you're looking.
Yep. It's just an 8.
And then, as Brant and Lysander, you two are kind of sharing drinks, you hear somebody say, "Oh, I did bring some wine."
And who are you?
And you turn in it. It's Bilbus.
Bilbus, what the hell are you doing here?
Oh, I was so nervous that I was.
Don't feed me bullshit. There's no reason you should be here. Tell me why you're here.
Well, I was nervous that I didn't.
You weren't nervous.
I didn't want you
talk about
to.
us in the dark behind you. We're waiting here. You're not nervous. Tell me why you were here, Bilbus.
I didn't want to make. I didn't want any of you to get into harm.
You've made a fool of me, clearly. If you're not scared of this place, I have trusted you too much. And I want
I
to know
am
why
scared
you're
of this
here.
place, but I came to warn you. Don't go in there.
But then how did you pass the door over there? How long have you been here? Did you come in the back door? You know of the back door then? You know how to get into this place that was locked up. Bilbus, do not bullshit me.
I thought we were outside.
What are you doing
Yeah,
here?
you guys are outside.
Yeah, we're all
Oh,
outside.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, okay. I'm sorry. I felt
No,
bad
it's all
for
right,
telling
it's
this to you
I'll
guys.
retract. Bilbus, what the hell are you doing here?
As soon as I thought about it, I'm like,
So,
I just
you
felt
brought
bad.
drinks then? Oh, we killed them. It's fine.
Well, I carry wine with me. Typically in the bars, I don't drink from there. I make my house wine, and so when you talked about drinking me under the table, it wasn't going to be in the bar, but I did bring some wine for you if you would like. And he pours himself a little glass and.
Can you make an insight check to see if this is actually Bilbus? Because I don't trust this at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
18 plus 4, that's a 22.
Oh,
Okay. Before we answer that, Lynn, are you?
I don't know.
Yes.
Can you hear
Yes.
me?
yep, everything's good.
All right. So a 22. You get the hint that he's a bit nervous. He's less confident now than when you talked to him in the bar.
But he seems like the same person. He doesn't seem like...
Yeah, you could tell he doesn't want to be out here. How about that?
Well, in that case, Sitz and I will share a glass of wine with you. And do you want to see the dog? It's dead now.
Oh, no.
That's all right.
But
Yeah, Sitz,
I just
tell us
wait.
something
So
about town.
I'm too late. You've already taken care of.
Oh, yeah. Super easy. We're very awesome people around here doing all of the things that need to be done.
Well, I mean,
Tell your friends.
I didn't know. I thought it was just going to be you, and I was scared. And so I see you have.
Oh, no. Yes, these some friends I've made. This is... I've just met them. You can ask them their names.
Hi, I'm Bilbus. I believe your friend that he doesn't know your name.
It's been a long night.
I see that. Well,
And I'm Amethyl. Nice to meet you.
hi. Well, here, wine. Everybody would.
She will happily take it, and being a bit of a connoisseur, is it good wine?
Well, do you have a glass? I only brought the one for me. I'm sorry.
In this kit, I can give her my shallow bowl she can use.
Nice.
Oh, no, there's the cup. There's the cup. There's the cup. I can give you the cup from my mess kit.
We can pass it around. That's fine. She's just curious, like, oh, wine.
It's okay.
Let you start. It's one of the little collapsible tin cups.
Yes.
It's okay, wine.
Always love some good wine.
Yeah. Good, not great.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing.
I mean, to be honest, I'm a bit nervous to travel home by myself. Were you guys heading that way?
Oh yes, eventually we're going to kind of sleep under the stars tonight, as it's cheaper that way.
Oh, do you mind if I camp with you? Again,
of course, no.
I shouldn't be out here. I'm just nervous.
Don't kill anyone, though.
He like awkwardly chuckles.
Promise me you won't do anything weird. We have special magical things and bear traps. You have to be very careful.
Bear traps? Are there bears around here? I've never seen a bear.
Well, I don't think they're particularly for bears, but I don't want them to be for you.
Well, I'm not the bear, am I?
He's a gnome, right?
Yeah.
A bear trap would hit him in the middle.
Yeah. Be awful.
Would he even set the bear trap off? What's
What?
the pressure in a bear trap?
I don't think there is one. I think it's just if you step in it. I'll double check.
Is
There
my ritual
are-
cast?
Yeah,
the
your
alarm?
alarm is
Okay.
cast,
Yep.
and
Ding.
Amethyl, your tiny hut.
Okay, they're actually called hunting traps.
that's fair.
A creature that steps on the plate must succeed on a DC 13 Dex save or take 1d4 piercing damage and stop moving.
Okay, that's fair.
So it's not as good as a real life bear trap, which will absolutely shatter your bones.
Yeah.
This is more like a snare that will cause some damage, but like not a ton, and it just kind of restrains you until you make a DC 13 strength check to break it.
Nice. And so, Quinn, as your alarm gets done and Amethyl, your tiny hut comes up, you see Bilbus light a lantern. He's like, what? And he kind of holds it up to the tiny hut. He's like, what is this?
It's home for tonight. And she kind of gestures for people to come on in.
How do you get into it?
And she'll demonstrate. Just
Walk.
Yep.
Yeah, his mind's blown.
Yep.
Well,
And she'll explain, but only the folks that I want to come in can. That's the secret of it.
wow. Is it okay if I join you? I'm a bit nervous. And he'll step into it and just see that as you step in, you can just see all the way around you. So I believe from the inside, it's not opaque. You can see around you.
Right, you can see out. You can see out just fine.
Wow. Well, I didn't bring anything to sleep on. I hope you don't mind me just picking a spot on the ground.
This is okay. I've slept. I was wanting to see how the ground felt here. You can have my my sleeping roll.
No. I've done enough trouble tonight. I'm sorry.
I'm not kidding. I've spent lots of time sleeping on hard stone, and it's actually better for my back after all these years. So go ahead, take my sleeping roll.
Okay.
I will be much more comfortable. He lies casually.
Need to see that chiropractor now.
Really do.
Okay. So, anything else you all want to do before bedtime?
I would like to insight Bilbus because he's asking a lot of questions and I don't trust him.
Okay.
I have a +0 modifier. This is not going to go well. But I rolled a 19.
Yeah, you get the same feeling that Brant had. He's very nervous. You can tell he probably doesn't do a lot of adventuring. But you don't get the sense that he's fibbing.
No, I didn't want to know if he was lying. I wanted to know why he was curious about everything. So I did not suspect him of lying.
Okay.
But I did want to know his ulterior
That's fair.
his ulterior motives I have made up in my head, apparently.
He's just a a field hand, and he doesn't get to see much magic.
I don't trust.
You non-magic user, I don't trust. Okay. And yeah, Brant, as you lay down, he kind of snuggles up to the very outside of the wall, not where he's gonna roll out of it, but giving enough room for the rest of the party.
I know there is an alarm, but should we set up a watch rotation?
I will take the first watch.
To say, I just wanted to go for a walk, just not far. I just, I have to go to the bathroom.
Someone
Good
should
company.
go.
No.
Someone should go with you. I mean, they don't have to be right there, but someone should be nearby.
I'm not going far.
I'm like a lantern.
I mean, if you want to come, you can come. Well, yeah, I'm gonna kind of like try to catch a tree line or a collection of bushes, and
I'll stay outside of vision but still go with him because I'm also paranoid about more dogs and everything, and Quinn's one of his few friends, so he's just gonna play it casual but walk with and just stay within, like not looking, just playing with a little flame in his hands, rolling across his finger, popping it from one hand to the other, like up and around, just doing tricks with it.
Okay. So, to be clear, it's dark. You're walking by yourself with Brant a couple yards behind you, playing with fire in the dark.
That doesn't sound foreboding at
I
all.
have to go to the bathroom.
No, that's fair. Yeah, you can
No,
find...
man, ladder is now.
You can find a tree line or a bushel of bushes pretty easy.
And once I get there, I'm actually gonna take out in my little side pouch. I'm gonna take out my pipe, and I'm gonna sprinkle a little loose leaf in there, and I'm gonna just have myself a little smoke out there, and then casually do my business.
You hear Branty like, is this seriously why we are out here? You could not hold it?
Well, you get to do 2 for 1.
Oh, you get to do 2 for 1. This is ridiculous. Oh my god, a bear! No.
Phylon comes running out of the hut.
It worked.
It's a dog.
Okay.
But I'll finish up and heading back.
Okay.
You're not going to keep watch for me. This is fine. I can do this. I'm kidding. Go back.
Yeah, so you're out there 10 minutes, smoke, kind of peaceful, alone time. And then you head back in. And so...
As we're walking back, I'm going to be like, so what is that leaf? It smells quite good, but I don't recognize the aroma. Is it from your home?
This, I mean, in a way, this comes from Taldore.
Taldore,
Yes.
is this? It's funny, it's a sweeter smoke than I've smelt in a lot of places.
They put different flavorings in there, and it depends,
I'll have to get some if we ever come across another place. It's quite. I kind of like it.
I will join you. For sure.
Remember you bet.
Okay. So the rotation order was Brant. Second rotation.
I'll take second.
Grifter, second.
Griff.
I have a name, damn it.
Griff. I will not take one if.
I'll take
I mean,
third.
if there's enough people.
Okay. Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
there's probably enough.
I only
I'll
do
take third.
3, just because.
Okay.
Well, if we do 3 hours.
Yeah, it's about sleepy time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'll take the last.
okay, first shift.
perception check.
Yes, please.
That's a natural one.
Oh,
Roll on fumble table. All right.
No. It's only on attacks.
Okay. I
So
rolled a natural 20 because, of course, I did. That's okay.
polar opposites. Yeah, no. So as you're, I don't know, what would you be doing that you wouldn't be paying attention?
So I think what would happen is, like, after smelling the smoke, he's gonna step outside of the hut, and then he's gonna kind of like look around, and then having the smoke and everything be fresh in his mind, he's gonna reach into his pouch and see if he has a little bit left of Zemni and kind of pack it in, and then just kind of like then light it with his finger, and then as he's smoking, he's gonna just start blowing, and then he's gonna like try to do like a smoke ring, and he's just gonna kind of try to like perfect that instead of actually keeping watch because he's distracted because he's so used to watches being. He's done so many watches as his career as a guard, and he's used to them being so boring that he just falls into this routine of learning something while you're doing watch instead of actually watching.
That's fair. Okay. And you're well with a 1. Your shift goes on without a hitch.
All right, this is goes and poke, wake up.
Yeah, Lysander.
You awake?
Yeah, I'm awake.
Yes. Your turn for watch. Do you need me to light a torch or anything for you?
No, I've got it. And I'll just use Prestidigitation and light up a torch.
Very nice. Don't even have to wear it all the time like I do.
Nope.
Stretches out and then finds a patch on the ground, and he takes off his kind of like tabard and rolls it into a pillow, like a makeshift pillow that is terrible, and falls asleep.
Okay. Lysander, give me a perception check.
18 plus 1, 19.
Okay. So what are you doing for your rounds?
Not a whole lot. Just kind of sitting, keeping watch. 10 minutes into the watch, 15 minutes into the watch, I'll just randomly say, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure yet, but we'll see.
Clearly about the party.
Maybe.
All right. So yeah, with a 19, you catch a lot of wildlife, and then all of a sudden you hear snap from a hunting trap.
Is it a trap that I could, if I left, I could see it from where I was, or is it too dark? Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, you
take
guys are. Okay, sorry, I should have asked. How far away did you set your tiny hut up from where Phylon? Oh my god!
No, you said it right.
You're saying
I know I did, and then I'm like, it didn't sound right. Okay.
Phylon.
Phylon.
I've read it.
My mouth is not
UYLON,
working. Yeah,
to remember.
My mouth is not working today. I don't get it.
Okay.
But how far away did you guys set up your tiny hut? I would imagine
I would have thought
50
not fair,
feet.
like 5-10 feet.
5-10 feet.
yeah. Maybe.
No,
That's really close.
oh,
Yeah.
that's
For
really
a
close.
purple
Yeah, you're right.
blue dome to not be
Yeah.
visible.
Never mind.
I assume
you're
like 50
sounds
feet.
better.
Yeah, 50 is what my mind was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that. Yeah, I mean, it's still like Amethel could see. Anybody with dark vision, that's still a reasonable distance for keeping watch.
Yeah, and you have the alarm there, so I mean you're not going to get seen 50 feet away. You picked it pretty good. And you do have dark vision, Lysander?
I do not have it built in, so I would have to go out and take 20 feet worth of movement. Well, I'd have to move 20 feet.
And you do have a torch, so you do have dim light 30 feet out.
Okay.
So you walk 20 feet out of the dome, and you see. Well, first you hear it, but then you see that something has set off that trap. It is a larger beast, not like huge, bigger than a dog, smaller than a bear.
One head or two.
One head. And as you get closer, you see that it is a deer. And it has caught its hind leg in the trap.
Just its leg?
Its hind. Yep. Its back
whole-
quarter.
The back quarter, okay. So is it noticeably still alive, or is it
Oh
clearly...
yeah, it's alive.
Okay. Shit. I'm going to take my rapier, and I just want to, like, stab it. I guess... Where I don't know what would be humane here. Somewhere humane that would kill it
Heart?
quickly. The heart is what I'm thinking.
Or
Yeah.
you could let it go.
Thinking of that or the brain, but I don't...
Is it wounded bad enough that he like how bad is the wound? on the leg?
You can't tell from 30 feet away.
So as I got closer, though, because obviously I'd have to get close enough to use my sword to kill it. So I guess that's a good question.
You get that the trap has kind of, and Fwylon, I don't want to describe your traps for you, but I just assume it has the teeth that kind of...
Yeah.
And so you get that it's snapped in there, but you can see that beyond the snap, its leg is still moving, so it's not broken. And you get that it's still alive. Maybe it just grabs some of the meat.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I'll try and open up the trap and at least see if I can get it open.
And just don't go stabbing it. First
No,
instinct,
I'm
I'm going
not
to stab
now.
it.
I had a much more gruesome picture in my head of this trap and the way it was.
No, we
Sorry.
don't. We're not about torturing animals around these parts. Yeah. So you open the trap, and it jaunts off.
I would like to kind of... I'm assuming it's going to move away fairly quickly, but I'd like to try and follow it just a little bit to make sure it gets far enough away from us safely and that, like, nothing else comes up and attacks it because of its, like, blood trail or something. No other predators, what I'm looking for, I guess.
Okay. So you're how far are you following this?
How would you say its movement is after being released from the trap? Is it able to run at a fairly normal speed, or is it fairly diminished?
I would say it takes a while maybe to get the feeling back and to, kind of press through the pain of it, but it takes a good 100 feet of movement before it finally bolts a little less than optimal. Just
I'm going to say I will have followed it for about 75 feet. Trying to keep my distance away from it. Once it took off, that was enough for me to be able to safely turn around.
give me a survival check.
That's a 10.
Okay. So as you're walking and you follow this deer for 75 feet, kind of in this weird zigzag direction, you can't find the hut.
Okay, can I see the windmill at all from here?
It's pretty dark, and you've gone pretty deep into a forest.
Okay. So what I would like to try to do then is see if I can't... I'm going to look for drops of blood from where the deer had been walking.
Nice. Survival check.
15.
15. Yeah, you get a drop or two, but then the trail, you lose it.
Okay, so if I got a couple of drops, I would assume that at least gives me a slight direction to go. So, like, I would see one maybe here and then one here. I would know roughly where I started, so I would just kind of follow that rough direction and just hope for the best. And I would go, let's say, 30 feet just to see what changes.
More forest.
Should have rolled a 1, man.
And no, I'm good. I am super good on that. Let's see. I'm gonna move another. Well, okay. So if I'm looking straight ahead, at this point, I move back, what I presume to be back, 30 feet. What is there any indication I'm getting closer to the edge of the forest where I kind of would have entered from?
With the limited view that you have from your torch, you can't see the edge of the forest.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sleep.
Oh.
Are what do I hear around me?
Give me a perception check.
That is an unnatural. Nope. Perception is nope. Unnatural 20.
You hear the hooting of owls. You hear it's a breezier night, so you hear the leaves kind of rustling in the wind. Yeah.
I'd like to try and climb a tree. See if I can't get a vantage point if there's one that I can climb
Love it.
safely.
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
13.
You make it. It takes better part of an hour. You're sweaty, exhausted.
So, like a point of exhaustion?
No.
Exhausted?
Just,
Okay.
You're tired.
Just making sure I was on the right page.
But yeah, you make it. And so as you get it on this tree, you can see your field has opened. You can see the lights from Trustenwald, and then you can see the light that is on the windmill. So there's a small light, so you can see it.
And just for the record, I did put the torch out before I climbed the tree. I was not climbing the tree with a lit torch.
With a lit torch.
Good.
I am going
Burned
to
down.
try and climb back down and head in the direction that I remember seeing the light of the windmill from.
Okay. Yeah, you make it, and you get down. You're fine. You move in the direction of the windmill, farther than you thought. So you walk for 100 plus feet, and then you see the windmill.
Can I see the blood to lead me back to the trap that I had let the deer away from?
Yeah, it's where the traps were set. I'll give you that.
So I want to make sure that it's reset entirely. Because I know I opened it to let it go. I imagine that I just did it enough to let it go, but didn't actually reset it. So I want to reset it. If possible, of course.
Yeah, so if I remember correctly, it's a dex check to set a trap.
No, you can just set it. The dex check is to avoid getting caught in it, like if you step on it and you don't know it's there. Setting it is you're just like, you set it down. It's a dex save to keep from getting caught, and then it's a strength check if you failed the dex save to like pull it pry it off of you.
Okay.
And then every time you fail prying it off of you, you take 1 point of piercing damage.
That's easy enough. Yeah, so you set it, seeing how it unset pretty easily. You can reverse engineer it.
Set it and forget it.
And then I'm going to go sit back near the tent if I can, and on the outside, and just kind of keep watch. And I will pull out another beer and drink it slowly for the remainder of my shift, if there is even enough time to do so.
You got
And
about.
if not, I'll just take it inside.
Well, how long do you think you have on your shift? Because you don't have like a clock.
So we know we spent up an hour climbing the tree.
You got about 20 minutes. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Actually, Brant would actually have a thing for this. So he has candles. He knows that they burn in 8 hours, and they're marked in our hash marks as part of how you pass guard time. So he would have had some of these candles marked out for nightly watches. That's how he would mark, so people would know exactly when to switch over, so that way everybody was positive to get enough sleep. That would have been something from his guard duty background that he would have carried with him and done.
Too bad Brant's asleep. He didn't tell
He
me.
is!
I'm kidding. Yeah, you got about 20 minutes.
Okay. I was imagining at least an hour anyway. So, okay.
The last 20 minutes go off without a hitch.
Cool. Then, yeah, I'm just going to sit there, drink my beer, a little bit further into the shift to say, no, I just didn't want to. It didn't feel right. That's it.
Okay. Are you going to wake up the next shift?
I will wake up whoever is next on the shift.
It's me.
It's me, Fwylon.
I will try to gently wake up Fwylon.
Yep, she is a light sleeper, and gets up, gives you a very quiet and friendly, like, clasp on the arm as, like, affirmative of, yep, I'm here, I'm ready to go. And then just basically sits up and starts looking around.
Okay, I will tell you about the deer and that the trap has been reset. Point out which trap it was, and that's it.
Not that you got lost.
Nope, leaving that out.
Okay. Fwylon, perception check.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself for this. Because my perception is +0. That's a total of 10. Thanks, guidance.
Nice.
I rolled a 6 and then a +4 on the guidance. So thanks, guidance. I got average.
A little groggy, but you hear the same hoots of owls, the rustling of the leaves in the with the wind.
Is Bilbus here? I definitely checked to make sure Bilbus is still here.
He is not.
I wake everyone up.
Oh no. What is it?
Bilbus is gone.
I don't care. I'm gonna try and roll back over.
Alright, cool. I do have points in survival. Can I try and see where he went?
Yeah.
I'll step out. I'll step out also.
I'm gonna guidance myself again.
I take my sleeping bag and I roll it, like pour it, like I'm pouring out anything that
Oh
it's inside.
no, it's a
Take it.
natural one.
Well, I will try to see where he is.
Yeah, you can help too.
I'm lost. Mud is weird. How do you track people on ground?
How do you track people in water?
That's an 18.
All right. And like I said, I'm just gonna be shaking out my bedroll to make sure he's not hidden. So.
That's fair.
Yeah, with a natural 18, you see a couple different tracks. So you see one set, and Lysander, correct me if I'm wrong, you are human, correct?
Yes, I am.
You see a set of human tracks that lead into the forest.
Did you announce that you're gonna go looking for Bilbus?
She woke everybody up, yeah?
Yeah, I woke everyone up with the intention of going to find Bilbus.
Okay. Since I rolled over, I will say, watch out. There's a forest somewhere out there. You might see my footprints.
What size are these footprints? Are they Bilbus sized?
Well, you see human-sized footprints, and
Yeah,
then
so
intermixed between the human-sized footprints, you see gnome-sized footprints.
Oh
Oh.
no, he tried to track down him as he went. As we should. He's probably lost in the forest.
He's probably going to the bathroom. He'll be back. Give him 5 minutes.
No, he is going to die horribly in the forest without us.
That is his choice.
Let's go.
It
Shall
would be
we?
my choice to feel very bad if he was dead. Yeah.
If you are willing to come with me, we can go look together since the other three are
Yeah. The old man
Child.
needs his sleep, and Zerog he's just gone to
Now
sleep.
give me a minute. It takes me 10 minutes to put on my duster.
It takes you 7 years to awaken from sleep. We know. We will wait, but don't go too long. We will all get old in the time we are waiting.
All right, I am up. Let's find this gnome.
Okay.
Lysander, you hanging out?
All right.
I am trying to sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast light on something right in front of Lysander's face.
Just on a
So there's
note.
just this bright light is just even with your eyes closed.
He
If I
rolls
am getting up, you are getting up. Come on.
He has just finished his watch. You know, if he needs to sleep, you've been asleep for hours at this point.
All
so-
right. I'll dismiss the light. All right.
I've technically had at least a short rest, so I should have my spells
Yeah.
back.
Do I have a short rest at this point?
Yeah, I'll give
Give it a
everybody a
walk.
long rest.
Oh, hey.
I'm pretty lenient about the long rests.
Oh, long rest, that makes a nice difference to me.
Prepare your
All
spells
right.
while we walk. Let's go.
Yeah, that's
Phylon's
what's
like
happening.
the camp counselor, like, come on, out of bed, let's go. Hike before
Kelly.
breakfast.
Alexander, will you be okay here without us? You're in magical safety, there's traps and everything. Is there anything else I can do to make you comfortable while we are going?
No, Brant, I appreciate it.
Alright.
But I should be okay here.
Sleep well, friend.
Thank you. And I will roll back over and try to go to sleep.
Okay, so Amethyl, you
Yes.
follow these tracks. You see that now there's, with the human tracks, the gnome tracks, you see that there are deer tracks with a little bit of spots of blood as you walk. And then
Okay.
at one point you see the human tracks veer off to the left. You see the gnome tracks continue straight, following the deer tracks.
Well, that's interesting. Something about this deer.
This gnome is not so bright. If he is not malicious, then he is, I am sorry, a little dull.
Well,
It's hard to argue at this point. I mean, he must really love the venison if he is willing to chase a deer this far out. Or maybe he was concerned for... he's clearly... I have no idea. I have no excuses for this
To
man.
the
He's clearly
bathroom.
a moron.
He's clearly going to the bathroom.
This far out, following the same track?
and following a deer.
When
Let it-
nature calls.
Let us make sure
There's not usually call with the deer.
it is simple enough to make sure once we find him, then we will know.
See. Quinn, so you're just pretending like you can.
What was the question?
Can you actually see out here? Or you're just pretending that you can.
I am following closely to you. Is there any sort of sunrise coming up? Have we made it to that point in the? Okay, yes, I am. I'm following you.
Amethyl, can you do the?
I can. It doesn't last for very long.
Oh,
Just
that's
so
right.
you know.
Alright.
But I can do it. I can do it for now. For anybody who wants it, you'll have 10 minutes.
We'll go and wait on that. We'll just have. I will keep the old man from tripping over the roots and vines. If anything trips him, it will be me.
Oh, okay.
Very funny.
I knew you'd think
It's
so.
just
I'll take out a torch and just use prestidigitation to light it, and then hand it over to Quinn.
Oh, the fun is gone.
Thank you.
And then I just.
I am the least fun person. I think you will find.
I just hold flame in my hand and kind of make it just float where it is, and have my own non-torch as well.
I love it. Amethyl's just keeping an eye on the tracks and just still following them.
Can
Wondering
we assist
where
her in
the
any
phone
way?
went.
Can we assist Amethyl in any way?
Well, I mean, Amethyl's got it.
Perfect. Okay. Never mind.
They have a just.
While we're going though, can I keep an eye out for like an ambush or something?
Yeah, absolutely. An
I'm a
ambush of
paranoid
gnomes.
Hey,
They show no
them
mercy.
being short means nothing in this game.
That's my new favorite phrase. An ambush of gnomes. Just saying.
Guidance on myself.
Is that what you call it?
14.
Okay, yeah. All's quiet. I mean, it's not. It's those weird morning hours where like the moon is almost down, but the sun hasn't come up yet, so it's like really dark. It's like 4-ish. Okay.
Tracks. Guess we're just gonna go
Yeah.
for a while.
So you continue, and then you get to a spot where the grass is just flattened. So where you're at, it's like shin-high grass in like underneath the forest, and the grass here has just flattened. And there's a little bigger pool of blood. Not a lot. Again, the animal wasn't that hurt. And this is where the gnome tracks stop.
I'm gonna look up.
And there's nothing.
Okay.
Alright. I'll start poking the ground with my glaive.
Yeah.
Are there any other signs of like struggle? It's just like uniformly flat, and there's blood.
Right. So it's as if. So Amethyl would know this with her survival check. Excuse me, survival check. The deer bedded down, and there's a little bit of blood, because where it was hurt, it bled a little bit more here. But the deer's not here. There are no tracks out from this bed.
Okay. Detect magic, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. You don't.
Something funky afoot.
You don't get anything. You get everybody's magic items that they have. That lights up, but nothing else.
Okay.
Bilbus, where the hell are you?
Do you yell that?
Oh yeah.
How loud? Are you like top of your lungs?
Loud, top of the lungs, like that. Really annoyed at this point. Middle of the night.
You guys have traveled for about 10 solid minutes, and not fast because you're following tracks. You're going slow. You hear from the direction you came. I'm over here. Brant.
Insight check.
This guy.
Is it Bilbus?
It is Bilbus.
Nope. I'm paranoid. Is it really Bilbus?
Alright.
Insight check the voice. Yes, I love it.
You are a liar.
12.
You get it sounds spot on like Bilbus.
Walk towards me or walk towards you!
This is
Bilbus!
my- this
Come
is my
back to the
chair.
hut.
You son of a bitch! Okay, fine.
And Lysander, you don't hear this because you're in the hut. He's standing right outside the hut.
Head back.
Does it work? Actually, does it work that way?
No, you can
Uh,
you can hear what's outside.
Other way
Yeah,
doesn't
you
work.
can hear.
Outside
Yeah.
can't hear inside. Inside can
Right.
hear outside. Okay, Lysander, you do hear this. Sorry. It's been a long time since I've used Tiny Hut.
Alright, so you were right. He was going for a piece. Well done. You should have bet. You could have made some money.
You owe
Yeah.
me breakfast.
All right, I can appreciate that. I will eat this one. And he's gonna just tired guy stomp like back to the hut.
So as you get
well.
back to the hut, you follow the same tracks. You get right back to the hut, no issues. You see Bilbus has the deer.
What the hell are you doing, Bilbus? Why do you have a fucking deer?
Oh, have you ever eaten deer?
You're really fucking weird right now, Bilbus. Why did you get up in the middle of the night to go hunt a deer with your bare hands? You have a lot of explaining to do. This is getting really fucking... Are you like some sort of druid or something?
Did you not hear
What?
the trap go off last night?
You went into the woods.
I followed your friend.
How strong are you? You've carried a deer like hundreds of feet like this. Bilbus, you're gonna have to start making things make sense, or else I'll have to make you make.
Okay, to be fair, it was a small deer.
To be fair, you got up in the middle of fucking night.
Even you
To
could have
take-
carried it
yeah.
to this tiny baby deer.
Even me, I'm much stronger than you, Bilbus. Don't you fucking pull this shit on me.
Well,
Yes.
okay. This deer will be
I'm
ready in the
tired of
morning.
my patience. That
This,
much.
this deer will be ready to be cooked in the morning. Let's go back to bed.
Oh, so you're going to prepare the deer and cook the venison in the morning. I like this very much. You should stay up and do that for your troubles and for the troubles you have caused. I told you to stay where you were. I told you there were traps. I told you there was magic, and you got up. You broke our deal. So for that, you will make us breakfast.
I'm
going to
sorry.
bed.
I didn't
And he
know
walks
that.
into the bubble, and he's like, And then you see him like shake it and he says something else, but Bilbus can't hear it.
So you can still hear him
He
talking.
takes his own bedroll back and goes to sleep in his own bedroll.
You can still hear him talk. I didn't know getting a deer for the party was a bad thing to do.
And Amethyst just kind of looks at him and explains, I guess he gets cranky when he hasn't had a full
I'm sorry
night's
if
sleep.
I didn't mean to scare you. We're all adults here. I didn't think we had to do... I had to say, hello, I'm going out to get a deer.
No, it's all right.
No, it is not. There are people who have brought devil dogs to this granary or windmill, whatever it is, and they had to have done so either recently or have been feeding them because they were not malnourished. And you think it is just safe to wander around in the woods next to this windmill, while we have already told you that we are trying to find out who brought these things here.
It was me and your friend.
Brant sticks his head out at this point. Listen to her. She has more sense than you do.
It was me and your friend.
Simple.
It was me and your friend that went out there.
Oh, just anyway. He didn't know you were there. You didn't know you were there.
Well, I can't. I was right behind
Hand on
him.
your shoulders. You're too scared to go back to town, but you're brave enough to go to the forest to chase a deer.
With your friend. He left me.
What? He left. He didn't even know you were there. I guarantee it. You just fucking. You're fucked up, Bilbus. You're fucked up. You need to eat that. You need to own that.
You can.
Going
He
to
kind of
bed.
hangs
I
his
can hear
head.
you. You won't be able to hear me. Be very quiet. I need my sleep.
He hangs his head in shame a little bit, and he continues about prepping the deer.
Yeah. I think Amethyst is just like, okay, everybody needs their rest. This was a lot. She's not entirely sure about Bilbus yet, but she'll hang out with him a little bit to kind of keep an eye on things. And just say, hey, do you happen to know who owns this place?
Who owns this place? Yes, I do. And he continues to move about his, like, you can see he's very deft with prep, we shall say.
Okay.
But this, and not to get into details.
Right.
But he's like, yes, it is. Do you know who Breezy is?
Breezy?
Breezy.
I don't.
They have a big house, kind of off, and he points back kind of towards Trustenwald. But as you were walking, you did see a big house kind of the opposite way of where you went. So you went this way. You went southwest, that's right. To get to this windmill, it was more southeast to get to where Breezy's house would be.
Okay.
But they own all this land outside of Trustenwald to really, they provide the town with all of the grains and sustenance.
Is it a family that's been established here for a long time, I'm guessing?
Oh yes, this has been passed down through generations of theirs.
Okay. Do they have a good reputation? Are they well liked?
Well, I mean, they employ all of us field hands.
Well,
pay well.
That by itself
treat us
doesn't
well.
necessarily mean that they're well liked.
Well, they treat us well. I mean, they're
employer.
well liked amongst their employees.
Well, that's good. Okay.
I don't
Alright.
know about in the city. We don't. They don't come in too often. They have a big enough place that they don't need to.
Okay. I understand you told the Starosta about the dogs.
Oh yes, correct.
How long ago did you do that?
Oh, it was a day or two ago.
Oh, so just recently. Okay. Okay.
I think it was after the Starosta checked on me from Bernard's crazy rantings.
And they didn't seem like they took it seriously, or...
I think their hands are a bit full at the moment.
Right. Okay. All right. Just wondering how the Starosta will react when we come back into town with, here's the body of a dead dog,
Well, Well, and he kind of like side eyes the. I imagine you didn't take the body into the tiny hut.
I don't know. I don't think.
Brant,
it
would
was
you have?
No, I would have left it outside.
And he kind of like side eyes it
Because of the smell.
and kind of like. I think that she would be happy. I've never talked to the stewardess. I talked to the assistant.
Oh. Okay.
She's pretty busy, right? Especially right before the Zenith Festival, so I didn't think anything of it.
Sure. Okay. Well, good to know. Good to know. Are you going to be okay out here?
Well, I don't have much left to do, and as you look at him, he does have quite a bit of blood on him.
Are you hurt, or is that just from the deer?
Oh, it's all deer.
Okay, just making sure. All right, I'm going to head back in. Don't go far, please.
Okay.
I'm
She's
still
gonna
on
head
watch.
Are you like dead-eyeing Bilbus?
I am near Bilbus, but I'm not watching him the whole time. I'm still like watching around, but I'm keeping. I am occasionally looking over, like, all right, he's still here.
Okay.
Yeah, Amethyll's trying to take the like good cop to their bad cop sort of approach and like just get different information, you know.
That's fair.
So she's satisfied. She's like, okay, I'm trying to befriend this little guy.
Okay. Phylon, what was your perception roll again? It was like a 19.
Remember.
It was pretty high.
No, that was no. Mine was 10.
Yeah,
It was
that's
10.
right.
It was exactly average.
So you double check Bilbus every once in a while. He's out there for another 10-15 minutes, just fixing it up, getting it ready to be cooked. And then he just walks right through the bubble and lays down. Well, you can't see him lay down, but that's what he does. But after that, sun starts to rise. All the little birds and ground squirrels start to wake up, and all is quiet on your shift. Well, with the exception of Bilbus gone missing.
I'll let the others kind of wake up naturally. I'm gonna go collect my hunting traps.
And yeah, easy enough. Couple, how is everybody? Who's the early risers? Who's the late sleepers?
I would be a pretty early riser.
Brant, despite being livid about being woken up, he seems actually, since he's been doing like just like this, he wakes up and he's like, ugh. And then he instantly looks over to see if Bilbus is awake.
He's sleeping, but bloody sleeping.
He's gonna go over and he's gonna start prepping the venison instead of Bilbus because he feels like an asshole.
Okay.
Because he was just tired and pissed off.
So Bilbus did a very good job at getting it to the point where it's ready to be cooked.
Perfect. Also, he'll just start. I'll just again reach into the flame and light a fire and start doing the cooking. Put on a pot of coffee, get everything ready. The stuff that he normally does for Quince, so Quince can sleep a little later. But for everybody, because Quince is old bones.
Oh man.
That aroma might wake up Amethyl. Like, that smells nice.
Okay.
And reaching into his pack, he's brought like a few eggs, so he kind of makes like this. It's like a venison, and then like he cuts up some potatoes, so it's like a venison hash and eggs sort of breakfast.
Ooh.
Okay.
Once I'm done with the traps, I'm gonna open the door to see if the alarm goes off.
I'm too busy cooking to stop you.
And so, Quince, I believe you can set it to be you.
Yeah, it was mental. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And he can set the exclusions on that alarm though. So the question is, did he?
Yeah,
No,
you can
I
make it so that-
I would have said anybody, just because not knowing the party, except Brant. Anybody but Brant myself would trigger the alarm. Not knowing everybody.
And Bilbus. Bilbus wouldn't.
Yeah.
This is just the only way she has to determine that the alarm is still intact, is if it wakes you up.
Oh yeah, it goes off, and Quince, you hear it.
Windmill, go! It is the alarm. Brent,
It's okay.
I'm
Get
like
your-
leaning back and like looking over his.
I can't hear you. So you just see Brent cooking furiously in this skillet that he brings with him everywhere.
Wake
it's
up,
always
you
in his
idiots.
bag.
the alarm is going off, and I'll kind of get up, put my duster on, and yeah, I'm gonna.
I was already.
As you
awake,
exit,
so-
as you exit, Brent is like, calm down, come over, have some coffee. It's fine.
I assume at this point I can see the windmill and the entrance, and like, okay. That's very funny.
Seeing him get up, I'm satisfied, and I head on in to check and see if anything's changed on the inside.
All the follies.
All is quiet on the inside.
Yeah, I just want to check and make sure nothing has changed. Like nobody came in from like a back door or something like that.
Nope, you find to be the same as you left it.
Cool.
Maybe a few rats have kind of scurried here and there, but nothing. No big like environmental changes.
Okay. Still full of dead animals. It's fine.
Real quick, Quince. Brant would know this, but I don't. Do you take like sugar or milk or anything in your coffee? Okay. So as you walk over, he kind of he just like as he's cooking, he like almost absentmindedly pours like a cup, and it's like one of the tin cups as you kind of hold it out, and he's just kind of robot done this 1,000 times sort of thing.
Oh.
And he's like, and then after Bilbus wakes up, I'll talk to him.
Okay. What are we doing?
Little salt from the bag and get it.
What are we doing out here? This is going a goose chase in the morning, and we see Bilbus is back here.
No one came to feed the dogs, but you know we are getting fed from a nice venison. There's nothing to complain about. You don't like camping?
I don't.
I
Camping
know.
is fine.
It is the fucking worst.
Camping is fine. It is getting up and walking and coming back. Nothing happening.
You'd rather something happens then.
Yeah.
I was rather pleased
If
when
I'm
there
going
was
to get
nothing.
up,
Well, if you're going to get up, you want to be killed at the same time. I was glad that it was nothing. Like, you should take a more relaxed approach, my friend.
It's true.
the excitement of the fight.
Would wake you up? Is this the thought?
And Bilbus,
Whatever.
as you guys are shouting, he kind of shouting, air quotes. He gets up and he's like, "Whoa, there was no fight last night."
Well,
No, I apologize. Bilbus, come here. I apologize. I was very tired last night. Come enjoy some of this delicious venison that you were so kind to provide us with. And he kind of like he gets kind of like spatula and kind of breaks him up like a good little bit and hands it on a plate.
Oh, this is too much for me. I'll eat it, but too much. I can't eat all this.
I bet you could eat it. But anyway, he kind of hands out slices to everybody, and it's for the flavor is like it's actually he's cooked it almost perfectly. The hash browns are like crisp as well as the venison done, but it's a little spicier for if your character's not used to like spicy food. He did spice it up a little bit, like he carries some herbs and stuff with him that he enjoys a lot, and he just absentmindedly made it the way he's made it. He's used to making it, so it might be a little spicy.
Oh yeah, Bilbus is. You see his face getting red and just sweat. He's like,
That's how you know it is good, yeah?
This is good. Oh my gosh, I love it.
well,
My parents own a restaurant, so I've had this flavor before, but it's been a while, so it's
What
good.
was the name of your restaurant? It sounds wonderful.
Oh, someday you'll be able to go back, and I'll just take you there. It's a whole experience.
I do love experiences. This is why I left.
But no, this is really good. Thank you.
Something wakes you up like a little bit of heat behind your life, yeah?
Yeah.
Lysander, did you know that Bilbus followed you into the forest?
I had no idea.
That is interesting because he says that you left him behind.
I definitely didn't do that on purpose. I had no idea he was there, but I got kind of lost, so I was just focused on the deer.
me too. I was focused on the deer as well.
So how did you kill this deer, by the way? I didn't ask.
Well,
You killed it?
Oh, this is what you were eating for breakfast.
I have stayed in the hut, so I am somewhat oblivious to that.
I hand you
Quite
a
register from the night before.
I hand you a plate as you walk out.
Oh, I don't want to go into the gruesome details, but with, I think, a knife.
What do you mean you think a knife?
Well, it's a knife for you guys. It's a sword for me.
Can I see your sword? I can sharpen that for you, so that way it'll be easier for you next time.
I left it out in the field.
Inside check.
Yeah, I would like to join in on that. Actually.
Why is everybody inside
It's like a red herring. It's the most frustrating red herring I've ever met.
15.
Who else is doing inside check?
I joined in and I got a natural 20 plus.
That
My
beats my
insight of
dirty
4.
20.
Yeah, he's lying on this one.
Bilbus. That is, no one leaves their sword behind unless they killed the deer.
I don't like showing it off. It's something my grandfather gave to me, and he pulls out his sword from his back. It's a good sized sword for a gnome.
Is there any blood on it?
It's clean.
And you use this to kill a deer.
Yeah, and then he brings out the rag, and then I clean it. I don't like using it unless I have to.
Why would you be embarrassed of this beautiful
I'm
weapon?
not embarrassed. I'm proud of it.
Well, why didn't you want to show us? Let me see this thing.
Why
This is
didn't you
beautiful.
say-
I don't
It's
want you
okay.
to see it. That's why.
What I want to know is where did the nervous little gnome from last night? Where did he go?
Oh,
This morning you are all confident walking into the dark.
I wasn't. Don't get confidence confused with a mission. I was very nervous, and I had a friend. We were on a mission to find the deer. I found the deer. He was. I can't tell if he didn't know. I was right behind him.
You didn't tell him when you were lost. You did not shout for help.
You don't talk. I wasn't lost.
Your story does not make sense to me.
I heard him
You are
yell.
quiet, nervous.
I don't. You don't talk when you're hunting. Have you
Let
ever
me
been
just
hunting
sword.
before, Brent?
Yes, many times.
Then do you talk when you hunt?
Milan is just like rubbing the bridge of her nose like this.
I'm mirroring. Waylana.
Do you talk when you hunt?
This is how little sense you make. Look at them. Now let me see your sword. This is cool. I will trade you. You can see my glaive.
Promise me you won't take
He
it.
holds out his glaive and holds out his hand.
Promise me. I can't. What are you crazy?
Oh,
Promise
sorry.
me you won't take it.
I promise you.
And he'll
Swear to you.
hand it over.
All right, I'm gonna kind of inspect it and see if it's just kind of the blade and like why he was worried about it. Like if it's finely crafted, if it feels like there's something more to it.
It's expertly crafted. Very well balanced. No magic to it. Just a very well kept. And just at the look of it, it is a very old sword.
How old is this thing?
Oh, I don't know my. It was my grandfather's, and then my dad's, and now it was mine.
It is ancient and beautiful. You take good care of this thing, yeah?
Much
Well,
like
he
your
hands it
friend,
back.
right? And he points
He's
to Quiz.
even having his go at you, Quinn. Now that's not fair because you got him up in the middle of the night. You should be nice to Quinn. He was concerned for you. You are. I am paid to protect him. He is not paid to put up with your bullshit.
Well, it was a compliment.
Okay, very good. Oh, but the fine crafted, see? Yeah, this is okay. Well, you're an exhausting person, but this is alright. We'll go back to town after breakfast, yeah?
Well, I'm confused. I don't know why I'm exhausting, but I gave you guys deer. I'm sorry that, yes, I didn't want to show you my grandfather's sword. It's very special to me.
This is okay. No, I appreciate the sword. It's just... you know what? When everyone is looking for something not to make sense, all you have to do is not make a little sense to them, and then they want you to make a lot of not sense. But you have made the things 2 + 2 now equals 4. Enjoy your breakfast, and what do you think of the spice? I know you're sweating a little bit, but it's good, yo. Yeah? Building?
Maybe not for me. Hot. It was too hot. I mean, I like spice, but
You need to break through the barrier, my friend. You need to eat enough that all of a sudden you will be like it's hot, and then all of a sudden you'll start to feel this slight euphoria, where you'll be like, oh, that is good, and then as you keep eating, you'll break through this barrier, and all of a sudden it'll be the greatest meal of your entire life. I guarantee you, if you finish that plate, you will never be the same, and you will always enjoy heat from here on. If you chicken out here, you will never be able to appreciate it, and you'll be missing out on a key aspect of flavor in your life. Finish your meal, trust me.
and he digs right in.
Amethyl was secretly amused that obviously Brent slept well for the sleep he did get, because she's amazed at his energy this morning.
Vylon's just like, you say so much that could be done in like 1 or 2 sentences. It is a skill I do not know.
It is known as the gift of gab, and it is something that, when you are forced to talk to people every day, it is the lightest part of the job. So you learn how to enjoy it and get a small break in while you're talking to people. Yeah.
Sometimes coal is the better gift.
He is not wrong. All right, enjoy your breakfasts.
Oh, okay.
Just like,
Amethyl does.
okay. I'm gonna use shape water to freeze ice cubes in my coffee.
Love it.
Yes.
Do you like it with a little sugar? I know most people who cool it down want a little sugar and a little cream. I have some in my pack if you wish.
No, that is alright. I'm fine with this.
Okay, well, and then he'll take out a pot and some water, and he'll boil down the sugar in the water to kind of make like a syrup, and he's gonna put that.
How much time do we have with this camp?
Brant is in no hurry, so he's just taking advantage.
Can I appreciate that you all have made breakfast. I am eager to get back into town and speak with the Starosta because there are things that are not adding up. And I would appreciate if Bilbus accompanies us to corroborate some of the events.
All right, well, let's get started. And he starts packing everything away, and he stabs the dog in the same space and puts it on his shoulder.
It's probably all congealed by now, so at least it shouldn't like leak on you.
Ooze.
Gross.
It should, however, probably be harder to carry because it's like stiff.
Actually, probably make it easier. No dead weight. It's holding some of its own weight up.
Oh,
Gross.
oh Lord. Yeah.
Bilbus, you will accompany us? Yes?
Oh yeah. I actually agree with you. I think we should probably get going.
Thank you.
Busy day today.
Yep.
What do you have to do?
I just errands, you know.
Totally.
You can discuss it on the way back. I'm sure you will. I'm just like, I'm walking. We are going. Everyone pick a buddy. Nobody wander off the trail again.
Wylon, before you leave, we gotta put this fire out.
Snap prestidigitation.
That works. Can somebody help me carry the deer back?
I will help you with that. Oh no, I'm
And
carrying
the
the
beast?
dog. Can someone help Bilbus with this?
I can help. It's a small deer.
So,
Right?
yeah, like that is the one thing I have a negative modifier in.
Yeah. I'm not super strong, but I have some strength, so I will.
I mean, the gnome carried it out of the forest when it was whole, so I think you can probably carry
He's
the
a field
partial
worker though.
deer.
His strength might be like 18. You never.
That's
know what
fair.
his strength is.
It's more the endurance.
Ah,
Yeah.
its constitution is high.
Oh, well, then I can do that.
Okay. Yeah. So you all kind of clean up your camp, pick up all the hunting traps. Put out the fire, take the rest of the venison, take your dog, 2-headed dog on a pike, and head glaive. Sorry,
I got a stick.
and head into Trustenwald. So you get back on the main path, which it does have a name to it. I have that right here on my giant map. Hold on, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Giant map.
It starts with an A. Disregard, not on there. Amber Road, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah, so you head back onto the Amber Road. There is a lot of traffic. Not too much coming out, but as you're walking, there's a lot of wagons that are passing you and heading into Trustenwald. And,
Gearing up for the festival.
yep. You see a lot of like tents. You see a lot of like stands, booths, like homemade goods. Hello. And as they all pass, they're all friendly. And you make it an hour-ish walk carrying a deer and a dog. But you
Like
make
you
it.
do.
Yeah, like you do. No big deal. MBD. But the town, even in the day, like the night you've been gone, the town has exponentially gotten more crowded.
Okay.
What? Are you heading straight to the Starostas?
He's probably going to be busy. We're going to have to talk to the one guy
The
again.
little, the minnow.
Yeah.
We will call him the minnow.
Don't have a name yet. Okay, so as you head straight through the town, you head back to the Starosta's office. Are you carrying the dog into the office, or are you going to leave that?
Absolutely.
Okay. What are you doing
Take it
with...
to this- So we're taking it straight to the little man's desk, and then as we walk in, we're like, "All right, so your wild goose chase led us to kill this thing. I assume you want it right here." And I plop it on his desk.
Oh, no, don't. Don't.
Oh no, I should put it somewhere else then. And he picks it up. Maybe over
Wait,
here.
Wait, what? I asked you to go talk to Bernard. What is this?
Oh well, Bernard was telling us that there was evil things that were being held in basements.
I thought this was a cult. What?
Well, no, that was the thing that Bilbus. He'll help explain the
He's
old man.
standing there all quietly. And he's like, but yeah, he said I was the one in the cult. And the assistant. Oh,
You're still out on the cult with him.
I remember
Oh.
you, yes. You complained of dogs a day or two ago, right? And Bilbus is, nods kind of sheepishly. It's like,
Flip
And
over at
Emma
that point.
kind of does the,
oh,
like,
As she does, flips over the cover to show a two-headed dog underneath it.
Bilbus, was this the dog you spoke of? And Bilbus is like, these were the ones that we talked about. This is what was trapped in the basement. And he kind of looks to you, Brant. Bilbus does. Is it okay if I leave now? Story corroborated. I have many things to do today. I have to get this deer home, unless you guys want some of it.
Would that be okay, Minnow? Sorry, what was your name again?
Oh, my name is Tip. Not to be confused with giving me money. I don't want money.
That's not the tip I thought of, but that is okay.
Oh, the tip of your sword? Is that? It's a funny one. I've heard
That's
that
not
one
it
too.
either, but that's okay. We will move on from this joke.
I don't like it.
Amathael was quietly laughing at that, just so you know. But
I
Quellen
don't-
is just standing in the back, getting like more and more frustrated as this continues on.
So, we inspected the old man. He was wonderful, actually. He told us this story.
What is the story that you killed him?
All right, so
It is
For
just
one,
rumors, clearly.
you need to watch your fucking mouth when you do these things. You do not tell me I've killed an old man who I had a lot of respect for. I was telling him a story. We traded this story for story. You've insulted me personally. Now, I know you don't have the same morals that in places that I grew up with. I know I'm an outsider, but it is an insulting thing to tell somebody that they were the murderer of someone else. If this is not true here, it is true for me. So adjust your attitude for 1 second.
And
He was a wonderful old man.
He kind of smirks. And he
I think
goes,
you're very funny.
no, I didn't think that it was funny. That is the rumor on the streets. I'm sorry if it offended you, but
we went and got the guards when it happened.
many of us don't here believe in coincidence. But the guards will, I'm sure, sort it all out. The Starosta does want to speak with you, and she does have your money in her office. And please take this away.
No, that's for you to take care of, Tip. You've done enough for the day. Maybe you can do something of use. And he walked past into the Storos' office.
Okay,
And Tip got a thing going on.
I guess.
And Bilbus at this point did leave because he is busy. Did you guys want some of the venison? You can keep that for rations later. Cut it up, salt it.
I
all that
do.
good stuff. Okay. Yeah, you would have said that, and he'll leave it at Yorda's for you. Okay. So as you head in, the Starosta's office is immaculate. Unlike Tip's desk of just like papers and stuff, her office is floor to ceiling bookshelves. The desk is clean. It is a nice wooden desk, and she's sitting behind it, writing furiously. Oh, hello. It is you. I've heard so much about you.
All good things, I hope.
Yes, all good things. I will apologize. Please come in, have a seat. Sorry, I only have 2 chairs. Fight amongst yourself for who gets them. But come in, close the door.
I stand at attention behind one of the chairs.
And then you notice Brant is actually also standing at attention next to you.
So your buddy outside, Tip, said you're murderers.
Well, hold on. Please close the door. Okay, to be fair, he's on his last week here.
Good. That
He
is
put
good.
in his
Clean
2
up.
weeks. He's kind of turned into an asshole. I apologize, but here's your gold. And she gives a sack of gold. This time, kind of heavy to get up onto the desk.
There is some good news here. Lysander is looking for a job. Maybe he could take Tip's job.
I don't remember saying I was looking for a job.
Well,
I thought that was our initial conversation.
we already
where
have
you-
somebody hired, but
Anyways.
we're always taking resumes if you're interested. Please,
I
type
can
it
help
up.
you write it, Lysander.
Yeah, type it up on your magic typing machines. But so she's very serious, and well, so you guys have done quite a bit of good for us so far. I do apologize. And she looks directly at you, Lysander. The grifter thing was not my idea, nor was it sanctioned by me to investigate you. That, again, it was a last fleeting effort of a bitter old, not even old, just a bitter person. Again, I apologize. We just have 1 more week. No issues. Anyways, here's your money. I appreciate it. I see that you have these dogs. And the whole Bernard situation, quite unfortunate. He was, I don't want to say a pillar of this community, but he was a big part of this community.
Pillar would not be incorrect.
And,
Gives her a nod.
he will be missed. And I know, as Jokey McJokester out there says, that you had nothing to do with it. The investigation has been done, and it is all on the up and up. So, now that you have completed some amazing tasks for me, I do ask that, would you all be willing to stick around and help during the festival?
Amethel kind of looks at the others.
Brant looks
Okay.
specifically over to Quince.
I have a question first.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Some of the things in this job did not line up, as it were. Even Tip outside mentions that Bilbus had reported these dogs, but it was not told to us, even though it directly connected to what Bernard had said. Because Bilbus was brought in because Bernard had mentioned 2-headed dogs and a cult. And yet, that was not told to us. And then we get there, and there are dogs intentionally boarded up in a windmill. They are in good health for demon dogs. And none of this seems to be very concerning to anyone.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, but this is the first time I've heard that Bilbus has brought anything to our attention.
Very quick. How much is the fine for assaulting an official such as Tip?
It would be very high. I suggest give it a week and he won't be an official anymore.
Oh, well, you think, is he in well with gods or anyone who would reinforce the laws if I just punched him right in the face just one time to remind him that
Well,
there are other powers in the world other than the bureaucracy
I
he
think-
controls?
So, Brent, I understand your frustration with Tip. I feel it as well, but it is distracting from the point I am trying to make. That information was not clearly not transferred to the Starosta from Tip, and that is very concerning.
Actually, that makes me wonder. Starosta, do you know where Tip lives? Do you know what family he comes from? I'm assuming Tip is not his surname.
Well, yeah, he I mean, his family's been in this town for quite a while. But yeah, we know where he lives. He's just I don't know any other words to say this. He's just an asshole. He's one of those people that again, he's on his 2 weeks. He just doesn't want to be here. And I will say going forward, this will not be a problem because you 5 will communicate directly with me and we will not have a Tip in the way.
So there is no fine or punishment for directly concealing information that put people's lives at risk?
Well, the hard part is, how can I prove it, right? So we
did sign a contract at the beginning of all of this that you could use against poor Tib.
You know, it's one person's
Just
word
curious,
against the other, right?
Would you mind if you wrote a contract hiring me to punch Tip in the face?
Okay, we could talk about the punching a week from now. Back to Froilan, your question. I deeply apologize. I understand it put yourselves in danger, and I can't. And she pulls out another bag of gold, and she's like, I hope this covers it. I know gold doesn't always cover all of our concerns and our problems, but I can tell you that going forward, this will not be a problem.
Can you tell us anything about, I think the name was Breesy, the family that employs so many of the farmhands?
The Breesy. So she is the family head, and she is, they kind of stay to themselves. They don't come into town very often. Okay. They send their farmhands to pick up whatever supplies they need. But yeah, there's... Some say it's the mushrooms that grow around their place.
The mushrooms. Well, we were wondering how all of these two-headed dogs that aren't native to this area ended up in their windmill, boarded up quite securely.
I agree.
That seemed like an odd thing.
I agree with you.
Fed.
And
we had to do this.
I would ask that you help find that out. Mm-hmm. I will contract you to find that out.
Okay. Because there wasn't just this one. There were multiple.
Wait. How? I thought it was just this one. You only brought one in. How many were there? And you see this like look of concern on her face.
6.
Was it 6?
5 or 6.
We brought the largest.
There were 7. There were 7 total. This is the largest. What we I would think of him. I didn't check the gender. Them as the alpha, the one who was in charge of the other ones. Took the meat first as I threw one out to save El. He gestures to himself.
And she kind of leans back in her chair and hand to her forehead. There were 7 of these. You are absolutely right. These aren't native to here. I've never seen one before, other than what you've brought me. I mean, I know probably not top priority, but with the festival coming up, if you could keep this on your list of things to do, I will pay you good money for it.
Who owns the granary that we found them in?
Oh, it was
Breezy.
Breezy.
Of course.
I had a little chat with Bilbus last night after everybody went back in.
Very nice.
You keep referencing
Who were you
Bilbus.
about?
Who is Bilbus?
You
He's
you don't know who he is.
little gnome fellow.
Well, that's
He
not
was-
much of a description. There's mini gnome here.
He was just in the entryway with us.
What color was Bilbus's hair and his approximate age?
It was like brown. For a gnome, he was a little under middle aged.
Brown haired, slightly under middle age. Affinity for hunting. Occasionally, he works the fields. He spoke well of his family. Apparently,
Well, I mean that is true. I don't know everybody, but Bilbus does not ring a bell.
commonly found at the
The Nestled Nook?
nestled nook inn.
Yeah. Bernard knew who he was.
He was
He-
brought in on Bernard's suspicion of him being in a cult.
Oh, he was the cult member.
Wait,
I-
he was found to be the member.
Well, cult member.
All right. Okay.
I mean, that clearly that didn't turn out. We don't have any cults here. But I don't. I'm sorry. The name you act like he's a big part of this community. I've never heard of Bilbus. I
He-
apologize.
He has continued to show up. He told that it was mentioned by Bernard. We went to speak with him. Brent found out that he had reported the two-headed dogs to Tip 2 days ago, which was not told to us, and told us where to find them. After we had taken care of them, he showed up out of the blue. Sent us on a wild goose chase early this morning. Just kind of suspicious. We are trying to figure out why he is behaving so erratically.
Well, maybe check into it. You guys are clearly capable, and you are my hands at the moment. Unfortunately, I'm tied here with all of the festival prep and everything. But if you want to look into it a little bit more, I give you a little bit more authority than just standard civilians.
Writing in my notes, why is Bilbus like that? Question mark.
Why are you the way you are?
I will.
Are we being deputized?
No, mercenarized is more the way to put it. But just to be clear, don't follow the laws, don't kill anybody. I just have a little bit more leeway if something were to come up.
Now, do you have any leads or anything to continue our pursuits? Or anything that you know of, or something has been reported that has not been chased down? yet?
Well, I mean, you could always check out. So you said Bilbus spoke highly of Breezy. Maybe Breezy knows of Bilbus. I mean, other than Leeds, I don't know anybody that knows him. I do say if you go to Breezy's, please go there with the expectation of being thoroughly confused. They
Why?
are.
What's
They're
with the
just.
police?
They're just. There's a reason they don't come into town.
And you
That's
said the
pretty bad.
investigation. You said the investigation into old Bernard's death was done. Would it be possible to take another look at the journal that he kept,
Oh yeah.
just in case?
Yeah. Just head to his house. There will be a guard posted, and you can get in. No problems.
Will they be kept for an archive, just in case there is something? You know, it does seem like a little history that is there kept
Well,
inside of his home.
I mean, typically that stuff gets, sold off. We don't have room to keep everybody that dies stuff here.
I would be interested when the auction is happening. If you would inform me, I would be.
If it's evidence for you, just take what you need.
Very well, thank you.
Well, I'm all in for this.
I-
Same. I have nothing else to do, but I do have a question, and I will take out that raven's feather that we found on the desk in the windmill. Does this mean anything?
Interesting.
It looks like a simple quill, but there is no remnants of ink.
One second. And she kind of goes over to one of the bookshelves, opens, a little box, and she pulls out an identical one. We found one of these around town as well. It's interesting. Where did you find that?
It was in the windmill.
With the dogs.
With the dogs.
In the windmill
On a
with
desk.
the dogs.
Where did you find this one?
Oh, this was at one of, she tries to think back, goes back to her notes. This was at, I don't know, a break-in 6 months ago.
What was taken?
Just nothing out of the ordinary, just, valuables, stuff like that.
Who was the victim?
It was, let me see, I got my notes here. Well, it was Nicandro. A kind gentleman. He didn't have much valuables. He was this weird target, I would imagine. He's just a fisherman too. Well,
Can you say that name one more time?
Nicandro?
Okay.
And you can tell us where to speak to Nicandro?
Yeah, he would be down in the dock ward. I believe he lives right there as well.
There is no magical properties to your feather.
No, not that we found. I just found it odd that, you don't see many. Well, we did identify it as a raven's feather. Looking at this
You are worshipping the Raven Queen.
Well, don't talk like that around here. But could be. There was no magic properties. It is weird that you don't see many ravens around this part of.
Okay. A kind of a calling card, if you will.
I hope not. I hope it's a coincidence, but as they say.
Oh, that would actually make things more difficult if it is a coincidence. So.
Alright, well we have a couple leads. We will take a look, I guess.
It's in a
Get
book.
back to you.
Okay, well, thank you. Again, before you go out, I do want to offer my deepest apologies for that poor excuse for a gentleman outside. Please, I suggest you do not hit him for one more week. And then
No, I will. I promise I will not strike any government officials. So I will wait until. Just the perfect time.
Oh no.
I am not certain how much I can trust an establishment that lets this go unpunished, to be honest. But it is important to find who is bringing such dangerous creatures here. And with that, I'll leave.
you said that to the Starosta?
I said that to the
Okay.
Starosta.
So she will respond and say, while we think it's not a punishment, there will be punishment, but at this time, he's nothing to me right now other than just a pain in my butt. So unfortunately, yes, this did cause a bigger issue, but typically he's a decent gatekeeper of false information. This one did not go through, so the punishment will come depending on the severity and how much, backfire there is from his negligence.
And how much was the gold reward?
So originally it was 500. The second bag was 250.
Oh.
250 or
250. Yeah, so
We got
50 gold apiece.
total 750.
Total of 750. So
well, we had been given 250 250 to start, right? Because that was half. We got half up front.
Oh, did he give you half? Yeah. So so total for the job was 500, and then the complaint about tip, and the complaint about and the trying to feel sorry and trying to make up for it was an additional 250. So all in all, you should have gotten 750 gold for this job. It's a lot of gold.
Yeah, it is pretty good. So just split that up 5 ways and hand it out. So that's what.
And yet it doesn't feel like justice.
It's not justice.
Tip, you will die.
Not yet. But the justice is coming.
So as you exit, you see Tip sitting there. I hope your meeting went well.
I hope to see you in a week.
What does that mean? For beers, I'll be down at the Crooked Pint, Nestled Nook.
You're right. You'll be at the Nestled Nook or the Crooked Pint? Which one?
The Nestled Nook.
Oh, yes. Well, that is good because... Well, I can't wait to buy you a pint for your wonderful service that you've done for the community.
Does he have anything like to eat on his desk? Like, is his lunch visible? Or
Yeah, he has a sandwich. I love it.
Oh,
Cool.
I think you're going to
I'm
do what I was
use
going to do.
prestidigitation to make his sandwich taste like literal shit.
Yes!
I also wanted to make just some random object on his desk smell terrible for the full hour.
So you could get, like, the coffee. He has a coffee there.
Walking out, I'm going to give a good stomp on that carcass that I left near the door so it gets a little bit of everywhere he needs to clean. No, I won't, because I know he won't clean it. He'll make somebody else do it. Never mind, I won't do that.
Good thinking.
Yeah. And then, Phylon, are you taking your gold this time?
I will take the original gold for the job, but I will not take the apology gold.
The brag gold. Don't be
I will
sad.
not take the... So I'll only take, I guess, 50 more.
So, Brant is going to make sure he takes the 50 gold, and he's keeping it in a separate pack for Phylon. So
You keep doing
Phylon-
this with money she will not take.
Phylon's up to 53 gold. He's marking it and keeping it for her.
Okay.
Aww.
So where do you all want to head?
Dirty money.
Well, for him, he recognizes the pride behind it, but thinks he's old enough to know that she shouldn't suffer the consequences for pride. So he's just gonna make sure she gets it in a sidewise manner because she's earned it, but she doesn't need to compromise her principles to have it. So he knows he's basically supporting her principles in a sidelong, very silent way.
You're gonna have a very one-sided fist fight because she can't punch for shit. Anyway, where are we going?
Yeah. I mean, we had a good breakfast. Do we want to go back to, I don't know, the Nook or something and sit down and figure out our next steps? What do we want to do?
Well,
We've got a few possibilities.
We could head straight to the Breezy Estates to see if that is something that we could start looking into. We could also see if they know who Bilbus is, because for the Starosta, I don't expect the Starosta to know everyone, but I'm a little uneasy at this.
Well, do we also want to stop by the docks and look for this individual who got robbed before we talk to?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Andros. That might be a quick stop. You could do that now, and then do the Breezy Estate later.
This sounds logical to me. It seems like that would be the closest thing to do.
Okay.
What do you think,
and
Phylon?
Bernard lived there too.
I wonder if they're doing a funeral service we could stop by.
Oh.
Okay. Funeral's not today. That's going to be after the Zenith. Just for less people in town. But as you kind of ask around the dock for Nicandro, you get the hint that he's currently out fishing. He's on a fishing trip. He'll be back in a couple days to a week. But you can stop by old Bernard's house. There's a guard out front.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same guard as? Is it the same beat as like when we went to go?
Yeah, it's about the same time.
We are back.
Oh, yes.
The Starosta, we are looking into some of the things that he might have seen. So she's given us permission to take the journals and the books.
That's fair.
That's
All
okay.
yours.
He kind of turns back and he nods to the rest of the group, and he's just gonna BS with the guard while they do their work. Basically, because he has an affinity for guards and their things, but I don't want to make you roleplay that conversation because that'll take forever.
All right. So what is everybody else? What is everybody else
Grant,
grabbing?
talking too much?
This is a signature of every character I play, and I have been working on it, believe it or not.
What are you guys grabbing from Bernard's house?
I guess his journals.
How
That
many?
would
50 of
be.
them?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Because his entire pantry was full of them, or his cupboards were full of them, right?
Yep.
I suppose the most recent ones.
So 5 of the most recent.
Yeah, would
Okay.
probably be. Unless somebody has a better.
Brant would request the first one.
The very first one.
Okay.
How
This.
how far back? How many years back do they seem to go?
20 plus.
Okay. All right. I mean, honestly, Emethel just kind of in the back of her mind has some questions about Bilbus's grandfather and the story behind that sword, and is wondering if there's any references over the past 20 years of like that family that can be found in these books.
Okay.
So she sees the wisdom of pulling some of the older ones too.
Yeah. So and what can be done if you don't want to take them with you right this second, you can have the guards pack them up and send them to your
Yeah.
nestled nook room.
I don't want to metagame this too much. So if Amethale doesn't know gnomes, this is fine. But gnomes live a long time. 20 years ago would not be like a long time ago.
She's curious if when did the suspicion on the Bilbus family start?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't just out of nowhere say, "Oh, I think this guy's in a cult."
I mean, you could,
Brant,
but it's a good idea.
Brant would also be interested in to see if they could narrow down to 5 years ago, to see his thoughts on his disappearing friend, since his friend didn't just randomly die; he disappeared at sea. And to see the readings behind that.
So yeah, they'll take.
Here's all this work to do.
Yeah, no, that's fine, and I love it. So if you guys actually after game send me what you're interested in, I'll get that prepared. But they're going to ship everything back to yours. Do you want to take any with you today as you leave? So send me what you want to take with you today as you leave.
I'll take the latest one if nobody else had already grabbed it.
Okay. Well, I think the
fine.
last 5 would be this year.
Okay.
So okay, we'll do that offline. And then, do you want to head to Breezy's? Okay.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
Good.
So not to, again, not it's a quick 45 minute trip. I got a map for y'all.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So again, this was made using that dungeon.
Dude, from what I can see, it looks great.
Yeah.
Where should we put ourselves?
Well, you're entering from this bottom part here.
I don't know how to put myself.
Just click and drag from
got
your
you.
character sheet. It'll drop the token.
This is a little big, so I gotta get the spacing right.
I can't adjust my size, or else I
got you.
would have. There you go.
I got you, boo.
Thank you, boo.
Okay, so we're all out there. Yeah, as you walk, it kind of almost like it heads up a tiny hill, and so they sit on top of this hill. And once you're up there, it's a little bit taller than you thought. So like it was like a gradual increase, and you look out and you see all of this farmland that they own. But as you get in here, it is and I'll start to reveal more. It is a nice wooden house. So you can look around here. A very large house for what you've seen in Trustenwald, but since it's not in the city proper, it feels like it's a little bit more, maybe hand built to an extent. Ugh, this mouse is dying on me.
Was there any like cultural styling to it that would recognize it as maybe Zemnian or like Manasri Costian or anything like that? That would, other than like, is it having a different styling other than the Trustenwald sort of style that we've seen?
Trustenwald style that you've seen.
Beautiful.
So kind of like stone intermixed with nice lumber houses. But yeah, and so up here is a door. That's where we're gonna end it for tonight. So,
Look at this beautiful map. All right.
So beautiful.
See y'all later.
all right. So I do want to say thank you everybody for playing with us tonight. It was a fun session of RP at the table. No combat is always fun. I think Phylon is gonna lose it.
Phylon is having a time right now. She is used to people who are like single-minded, focused on a thing, very we gotta do this thing, and then she comes here and it's like, why are you all trying to plan a party?
Oh no.
Why is this incompetent person given another week?
Oh man.
Yeah.
I, as a player, cannot wait to punch him in the face. I really hope our time in Trostenwald is long enough that I can punch him in the face.
And I do want to say thank you guys. It was so fun. And then thank you all for watching. It was much appreciated. We enjoy it. We have a week to go on our giveaway. It's open now. It's been open for about an hour and a half. So if you're in the chat right now, use the command !giveaway to get that hot link for you. It is, again, the Arcane Spectacles spell slot tracker. It is posted on our Twitter. If you're in YouTube land or you're on the podcast, it'll be open for a week as of the 27th. So be sure to check that out. And then thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. We are going to end it here. So have a good night.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.